Good morning, BookTube. My name is Sarah, and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Happy Friday, everyone. Today is July the 16th, 2021, and it's about 8:30 in the morning, and this is take 3. So I've tried to do this a couple times now. There's been some issues that have happened, so hopefully I can get through this now in one take without having too much background stuff going on. So yay. So very quickly, I'm going to try and keep this briefer than I did the last little video that I did. So of course, I'm going to share with you guys what I am reading today. And then I want to talk about at the end a few things that are kind of going on in the background with me about the channel that are going to kind of not really affect the channel. Yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll talk about it. So this morning I have my coffee in my The Good Witch is on Vacation mug, which is one of my favorites. My coffee with my pumpkin spice creamer, because it is July and it's warm, you guys. It's going to be really hot today, really humid. We actually had a tornado touchdown yesterday just north of us in Barrie, Ontario. It was an EF2. It destroyed a home, ripped off roofs off of other homes. 8 people were injured, 4 in hospital, but no one died, thankfully. So, a lot of destroyed property, which is very unfortunate, but no lives were lost. And we don't see that up here. We do not see tornadoes. The last time Barrie saw a tornado was 85. They were saying on the news this morning. So if anyone watching this is in the Barrie area, I hope you weren't affected. I hope that you're okay. And yeah, it's scary because it's not something that we see here generally. So, plans for the weekend, I do have my second vaccination dose tomorrow night. So I am excited about getting it done. I just want it done and over with, and then we can all move on with our lives. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not here to tell people to get it, to not get it. You do you. Your body is your body. Your choice is your choice. For me, this is the right choice, and I am very much looking forward to having it done. My brother and sister-in-law have theirs done yesterday, I think. I get mine done Saturday. My husband gets his done on Monday. The whole family will be done, including my mom, my aunts, my uncles. Everybody will be done. So we're all very, very happy about it. And as for work, this means I will be getting to go back into the office mid to late August. But it's only going to be part-time. I'm going to be working full-time, but I will be in the office only a few days a week. So I think for sure I'll be home on Friday, so I'll be able to do these Friday reads, which is great. So in terms of the fact that I'm getting my vaccination tomorrow, what I'm actually going to do tomorrow is I'm going to film my Sunday video tomorrow instead of Sunday morning like I usually do. Because I know the last time I had the first dose, I was tired, I had a headache, and my arm was sore. So I thought, let's not push ourselves too much on Sunday. Let's give Sunday as a day to kind of recoup. So I'm going to try and do all my filming tomorrow. So I'm going to film my Sunday video as well as my Monday video, which is going to be my knit and stitch. I originally had planned on vlogging this weekend, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm getting my vaccination. But next weekend actually works out perfectly because I have a 4-day long weekend. I booked off Thursday and Friday because my wedding anniversary is on Saturday. Not that we're doing anything, but it'll just be nice to have some time off. So I have a 4-day long weekend, so I'm going to vlog the whole long weekend. So I thought that would be fun. But yeah, so that is that. Let me get into what I am reading today. Sorry for the shaking of the camera. So I am reading this on audio, but I do, of course, have a physical edition. I borrowed it from the library. Is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. This is the 4th book in the Bridgerton series. This is Penelope and Colin's story, and it is by far one of my favorites. I say that, but in all honesty, I love each of the books in this series for different reasons, but I think my favorite couple is Colin and Penelope, for sure. So yeah, anyone who's watched Bridgerton, the TV show, they alluded to a lot of the things in this book, and that was my main complaint about Bridgerton, is that they pulled from so many other books to do that first season. I mean, how do you condense a 400-page book? Or how do you make a 400-page book into an 8-hour-long television show? You need to draw stuff from other places and kind of take some creative license in a way. And one of the things that angered me, not to, okay, I don't want to say it, but anyone who's watched Bridgerton knows that in the TV show, there is a big thing that's given away at the end of the last episode that is also brought out in this book. So they jumped ahead 4 books to reveal one of the biggest things that happened in the first 4 books in Bridgerton. And I was really I remember watching the show and being like, really? They did that? But I guess at the time they didn't know if there was going to be another season or what have you. So yeah, I just don't know now if and when they get to season 4, when they get to Colin and Penelope's season, like story or whatever, what they're going to do about that, because that is a huge catalyst in this book. So anyway, those of you who know what I'm talking about, who have read Bridgerton, who have watched the show, let's discuss in the comments below. I don't want to give away any spoilers for anyone who has not read it or watched the show. So yeah, anyway, it's a thing. So my suggestion is, in all honesty, is read the books before you watch the show, because in my opinion, if you do it the other way around, you're going to be disappointed in the books. That's just my opinion. Because of how much is revealed in the show that you don't find out until the books happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, that's just my thought process on that. What I would have loved to have seen, now you couldn't condense it down into an hour-long episode. I fully appreciate that. But maybe just 4-hour-long episodes to do each book. You know what I mean? Then you wouldn't have had to have so many other things happening. And then you could have stayed, and then the first season could have actually been the first 2 books. Do you know what I mean? That would have been great. But that's just me. I'm not in TV or movies. As a loyal fan, that was just my suggestion. So yeah, so I am listening to that one on audio, and my goal is actually to get it done today. On my Gloss app, which I tried to do in the last video and bring up a cover for this, it wasn't doing it. So luckily I do have a physical copy of it. It's pretty battered, but I do have a physical copy. I am reading Drop Dead Gorgeous by Kimberly Ray. This is the second book in the Skull Creek series. I'm reading this with Nicole from Who Picked This Book, and Bree, of course, my co-host on the Categorically Romance podcast. We are reading this, we're reading the 3 books in this series, and every month we're putting out a new episode. So the episode on this one is actually going to go live this coming Wednesday. We're going to record it tomorrow. So I'm about halfway through this now at this point, I guess, and I'm enjoying it. It's cute. I'm not loving it as much as the first book, and I think the reason is because the story, for those of you who don't know, it's a Blaze novel, so these are extra spicy, and it's about cowboy vampires. Because of course it is. And I think the enjoyment of the first book was like, oh my god, cowboy vampires. And now the second book, it's like, oh yeah, cowboy vampires. So while it's an entertaining story, it's kind of like, okay, you know. But yeah, I will talk more about this tomorrow for Sunday for my weekly reads. And of course, tune into the podcast on Wednesday to hear Nicole and Bree's thoughts on the book as well. It was a really fun discussion the first time. I'm looking forward to it this week. And the last book that I am reading right now on my Kobo is actually an e-arc from the author, actually. And this is A Delicious Dilemma by Sarah, I think it's Tanino, I think. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So speaking of the podcast, Brie and I are super excited. We are actually interviewing her on Monday. The episode won't go out for about a month, but we're interviewing her on Monday. She's actually a contest winner. She won a contest with Harlequin to get this book published. And we're just so excited to talk to her. So the plot of this story is about a woman named Val who owns a Puerto Rican restaurant, with her family. And she is at a club one night and she meets this guy named Philip. He's a friend of a friend, kind of an idea. And they kind of hit it off, and, you know, in a friendly way. And she doesn't know, like at the point I'm at now, I'm maybe 2 chapters into it, that he is actually a land developer, and his family's company wants to buy the land in the building that her family's restaurant is in, and I think tear it down. So very, very interesting external conflict in this story. So yeah, so far I am really enjoying it. The writing on it is great. And yeah, I am really, really excited about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. I wish it was in color, but super, super cute. And I'm liking it a lot. I'm hoping to get this one done tomorrow, so I should be able to review it for you guys on Sunday. And of course, you know, we will talk about it on the podcast in the months to come. So that's everything that I'm reading. So let's get into my little chatty bits here at the end. So, a few changes. I made a decision. I am not buying any more books for a while. I came to this decision. I think this is something that had been in the back of my mind, and it was even something that I was consciously doing. Like, I haven't been buying a lot of books. over the last month or so. The ones that I've been buying though, like I've been hauling used books, and even that I'm going to pretty much stop doing right now for a while because they're expensive. Even used books can be pricey. Like, unless I go up to that really cheap place up north of me that has like, buy 4 Harlequins for $1, even just going to my thrift store or my Goodwill, it can be expensive. The books are $2 a piece. So something like this is going to cost me $2 at either of those stores that I go to. And, I don't mind spending the money, and it does go to a charity. However, it can get expensive, right? So, and then ebooks, like with Amazon, I had a bunch of stuff on pre-order, and I was looking at my pre-orders the other day and I realized, oh my God, these books are expensive. If you guys know me, you know I don't like spending a lot of money on ebooks. In my opinion, ebooks should not be more than $5 or $6 brand new, because you don't own the book. You don't own the book. You own the rights to read the book, but you don't own the book. You don't have a download that you can save to your hard drive. If you had that, that's a little bit different, but you don't. You can only read Kindle books either on your Kindle app or, your Kindle e-reader or whatever the case may be, but you have to have that in order to read the ebook. So that's why it hurts my heart to pay that kind of money. Do I think the authors deserve to be paid for what they do? 100%. 100%. However, most romance readers out there, they're in one of two camps. They're physical book readers or they're ebook readers. I am one of those rare ones that it's both. For example, I own this right now. I got it used, but I still got a digital copy from Gloss, from the Harlequin website, to read it digitally because I prefer to read it digitally, right? That Sarah Torino book that I was just showing you guys, I guarantee you when it comes out in physical format, I am going to buy a copy because I want it on my shelf. So, a lot of the times we're doing both. So that's why it bothers me that ebooks are so expensive. Like, I had one on pre-order that was $17. How is an ebook $17? It hurts my heart. So what I did is I canceled all my pre-orders except for a few. There are a few that I have that are must-buy authors, that they have new books coming out that I really, really, really want to support them. So those ones I do still have on pre-order. So there's a handful of them. So that's what I'm allowing myself, is just a couple of those. What I'm pretty much going to allow myself is 1 or 2 pre-orders a month, and I think that that's fair. So for me, in terms of reading, I have no need to buy books, you guys, realistically. I have access to 2 fantastic libraries that have a great digital selection, either ebook and audiobook, both of them. I can get everything I need there. If there's something new being released, I can put it on hold at the library and just wait for it to come in, because truth be told, you guys, we go out and buy a brand new book. Are we reading it right away generally? No. So I can wait on it. I can wait for it to come into the library. The other thing is that I get a obscene amount of books from NetGalley. So my ebook hauls that I was doing are actually going to change to NetGalley hauls. So what I think I'm going to do is instead of showing you guys the books that I get over the course of a month, okay, you guys let me know what you would rather see. Do you want to see me haul, if you will, the NetGalley books that I get for the month of July? Let's say, do you want me to show you all the books that I got in July, or do you want me to showcase all the ones I have from NetGalley that are coming out in August? So there's 2 different ways that I could do it, like an anticipated reads kind of an idea, or an actual haul. So what I'm thinking is they both have benefits. Like the August, if I showed you guys the new books coming out in August, there might be books that you guys are not familiar with that are coming out in August that might look good. On the other hand, if I show you everything new that I get in over the course of a month, there might be stuff from January or February. So, it might put stuff on your radar that, oh, that's coming out. I personally am leaning more towards doing the books coming out the next month, more of a haul/anticipated reads. But if you guys would rather see the other, do let me know. Either way, you guys are going to see the books. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. So between NetGalley and the library, I have new books coming out the wazoo. I am good for new books. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, backlist, I have another obscene amount of books on my Kindle. I have close to 4,000 books that I own on my Kindle. I have another 200 on my Kobo because that one's still new, but that I use more for library books, like when I borrow library books. I also use it for, I upload the NetGalley files to that too because it's easier for me to read. So yeah, I that's what I do. And I am lucky. I can't do that with all of them. Some of them I do have to read on the NetGalley app, but a few of them I am able to transfer to the Kobo. And I prefer reading it off of that than the tablet. You guys know that. So anyway, rambling. But yeah, that's kind of the changes that are coming. And the one big thing that I really want to do is I need to get through those NetGalley books. I have a lot of them that are more than a year old, you guys. And that makes me sad because the authors deserve the review, right? So in the month of August, what's coming, you guys will see the video for this one, the last day of July, is my August TBR, except for 2 books, I think, and my childhood revisit books, like my Babysitter's Club Sweet Valley books. The 3rd book in this series is, of course, not going to be included in this, as well as the Book Sisters Book Club pick. Those books are not part of this, but everything else I read in August is going to be ARCs. There is something I found online. It's on someone's blog. I don't think it's been on YouTube or BookTube, but I'll hashtag it here. So if anyone else wants to do this with me, please let me know. It's not an official read-along. It's not my read-along. I found this somewhere else, but if you guys want to join in, and it's ARC August. So hashtag ARC August. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is reading nothing but ARCs in the month of August. So my Romance Readers Reading Group Challenge for August, all of the books that I pick are going to be ARCs from NetGalley that I have to get through. And then I'm going to pick a bunch, probably about 15 more books on top of that to hopefully get through as well. And I even created a little bit of a game, you guys. I'm very excited. So I've had this jar sitting there for a while. It's Christmas. You can see the Christmas tree on it. It's from the dollar store. It actually had a straw in it because it's meant to be a drinking, but I used it for this. So what I did was I fell down this rabbit hole of watching people's TBR game videos. Cody over at Cody's Book Corner, I think, she has a playlist of like 60 of them. And I just took down prompts. So what I have here is a bunch of cards that all have different prompts on them. So like, for example, this one says most anticipated. I'll just show you guys a couple of them. This one says, bear with me here. This one says the longest book. You know, I've got one that says the shortest book, the highest rated, the lowest rated, stuff like that. So I will use NetGalley for that because all of my eARCs are on NetGalley showing that I have copies of them, if you will. And yeah, so that's my goal is in August, I'm going to pull random cards and use those as prompts to pick NetGalley books. And I'm going to do that. So like I said, for August, it's going to be my triple RC as well as all the eARC copies. And then in the months following that, I'm probably going to try and do at least 15. My goal is at least half of the books that I pick for my TBR every month are going to be eARCs or NetGalley books. That way I can start really getting through them. And I'm hoping to get that all cleaned up within a year. That's how many books I have on NetGalley. I'm not saying how many I have on there. If you guys want to see that, please go ahead and look at my Goodreads profile for the shelf tagged NetGalley TBR. Yeah, it's a lot. I am extremely fortunate and I'm extremely happy that I have all those books to read, but I need to get through them because it's only fair to the authors, right? And some of them, the download links have way expired. So if that is the case, that's my caveat, that if the ebook is expired, like if the book is expired and I no longer have access to that digital copy anymore, what I'm going to do is, if my library doesn't have it on ebook or audiobook, then I will let myself purchase a copy or borrow it from the, you know what I mean? Like, or get it from Scribd or something like that. But other than that, those are the only books that are going to be coming into my possession over the next little while. So, except for Harlequin books, because Harlequin has some pretty good sales, and I can't say no to a good sale. And, you know, same thing, I don't necessarily own the editions of those. But again, they're really good sales. And you do get points, too. So it's like free on top of free kind of an idea. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point. This is a much longer Friday Reads. My apologies, you guys. So stay tuned for my August TBR in a couple weeks. Again, on Monday is going to be my crafting video. On Wednesday, I'm going to do that NetGalley video. So let me know what you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see anticipated for August? Or just the stuff that I've gotten in July? And I will be back with you, pardon me, for another Friday Reads next week. So lots of great stuff coming, you guys. So I will talk to you later. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.